Hey guys, it's Dr. Kirby here. We're back with another video. Now, by the time this is posted, even though I'm recording this on the 12th at 2 p.m., this Love Confession skin line is going to come out. And today is an important topic that we need to talk about because it involves a lot of stuff. And before I do that, I just want to say thank you for, the viewership that this video got and, the previous videos, they've been doing so well. So again, keep it up, liking, commenting, subscribing, all the bits, all the pieces. And yeah, so let's get into the topic at hand. And we want to talk about the collaborator within the Love Confessions skin line, and that is Jay Chou. Now we are using, Kiana for Wildrift at Chand underscore EXE's post, and then we'll go further on with the details from Arena X Wicano's post. So if you can, we can just get a summary of what the issue is. Like you can see, like, you know, he was pursuing. How old is he now? Like 40 something. When he was, I don't know how old he was, 31, 34. He was pursuing someone who was 14, and I think they started going out when he was 17 or something like that. But basically, they dated when she was 17 with parental consent, which is crazy. I wouldn't date someone that age. I wouldn't date um even the 18 year olds, but if that is the adult, but 18 sounds so weird to me. What do you think about that? Leave in the comments below. And the reason why 17 sounds so like normalized, and I'm gonna say this with a lot of Southeast Asian countries. Um, Correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't been to the Philippines since I left the Philippines. But wasn't the age of consent at the time 14? And then they upped it to like 16 or something. I don't remember. I don't want to Google it because I'm not in the know. You know what I mean? And in Taiwan, I think it's 16, similar to the UK, which is 16 as well, the age. But yeah, let me know about that. It's kind of crazy that he was chasing her when he was not chasing, like courting her when he was 14. I'm like, 14, girl, that's crazy. That's a children. That's a child. Like, what? And the main issue is like, why, out of all influencers in Taiwan, coming from someone who watches a lot of Taiwanese, especially like BL dramas, why aren't you collabing with someone else? If they collab with the BL actor here, I think with how popular the BL is right now, especially the fire got stronger with heated rivalry and stuff, you could have gotten someone from the BL scene, and people are like, who's this? And be like, oh, it's a pretty man. It doesn't have to be a musician. They don't have to do the music because now this skin line is technically tarnished with his like music, right? And I'm like, I don't know if I want to support that. You know what I mean? And this couple does have a 14-year age gap. So yes, we'll go on further with that when we get into the details here. But let's talk about other things that regarding this creator right here. You know what I mean? Like, also, it's why is it so normalized in Asian countries? Like, especially in Philippines, I think there's a lot of like chasers who go after the minors and stuff. Or go for your age. Like even if I was when I was young, oof, when was that? I'm not gonna say, but when I was young, I do have like at the time like, oh, I want to be with this person who's older, but you also have to consider like that person will be so much in trouble, and also date your own age, like for real. Now that I'm older, yeah, I can say the same thing. I can date someone older, or I can date someone younger that's legal. 18 is kind of iffy for me personally, but it is the adult age, right? But seeing that 1-8, not 2-0, I need it to be a 2, not a 1. But yeah, we never know what could happen. You know what I mean? I haven't been in a relationship in so long, so whatever. So yeah, let's read more about this highlighted article. She was not yet 17 when she met him around 2010. 2010, girl, that was 1,000 years ago. Streetwear shop. Okay, so the dance teacher introduced them. Girl, why are you introducing a child? Why are you introducing a child to someone who's 30? Anyway, he also has some apparently gambling issues, and ironic that this skin line is from a gotcha skin line, apparently. Let's read this one at the bottom. Legendary singer Jay Chou found himself at the center of the scandalous accusation as a Weibo post allegedly made by his wife, which is the girl, the minor, accusing him of infidelity and engaging in group, you know, SE. Ish. Um, that's kind of crazy coming from this lady. We're not gonna blame her though, but you know, he did chase you when you were a minor. So like, girl, make it make sense. Come on, girl. But yeah, infidelity and well, I'm not gonna kink shame the group part, but your cheating is the no no for me, obviously. But do what you want, whatever. With if you're single or whatever, don't do this when you're in relationships or stuff. Even in gay culture, with like polyamory and stuff like that, thruples, like it's a crazy thing. I think Neo, the singer, is also currently in a polyamorous relationship with two women. So anyway, this post has since been deleted, sent shockwaves online. Okay. And this one, oof, not the blackface. Ooh, I hate that. Do you guys see the Grammys where there was like this artist who looked like a statue, but everyone called it blackface? That is not blackface, by the way. You've seen statues looking like that, like sculptures. That he was imitating a sculpture. This is blackface. When the guy in the Grammys did the face, there was no Afro. You know what I mean? Afro elements. He didn't do the lips, he didn't do the eyes, he didn't do the skin tone like that because that's how it was ceramic. He was trying to be a ceramic statue, and that's the difference. Everyone on the internet, especially on X, on Twitter, are calling him out on that. I'm like, you have other issues right now with what's happening in the world, and you're talking about that when it's not even when that was not even that artist's intention. You know what I mean? So yeah. But yeah, let's see what Chad said. Would have been a good skin like if the splash shots actually looked like champions if they weren't collaborated with that racist PDF files. Yes. So again, you do what you want with your money, but I don't want to do that. And I have a feeling this is just guessing. I don't know if it's true, but Riven might be a limited wild core thing like Hecarim. I love Riven, but I just don't want to get it, to be honest. I was thinking to spend gotcha for once after so long, but I guess I'm just gonna pull for the standard, the no, sorry, the Lunar New Year ones. I think that's more better. It's more positive, money flowing, cash moves, cash rules everything around me, cream, right? So yeah, let's talk about more in this from Wicana Arena X. We'll translate it to Portuguese. So we know who Jay Chou is. He's collaborated with I didn't even know he collaborated in the porcelain skin line. Ew, ignoring that. And he also collaborated on, what skin line is that? This is in China. Oh, Psyops. Oh, don't tarnish my Psyops skin line. He also collaborated on the calligraphy skin lines. If you know, you know. Okay, so let's talk about the problem here. What is the controversy? Users are spreading that J247 is a file. Reports from his Hannah girl 32 about how they met. Yikes. Yikes. Let's see more. According to the source, they met when she was 17 years old, while Jay Chou would have been 31. A 14-year age difference, having 3 children, and being married already. Can you imagine having 3 children? Be like, how you guys met? Oh, we met when you guys were when we what glitching. We met when you were your mom's age. Like, we met when at your age. I'm like, can you imagine saying that to your kids? Like, we met when you at this time right now, like at this age. I'm like, wouldn't that be weird, especially to the children? But Asian culture is so tossing stuff aside like that. You know what I mean? I think the ones who don't bother, who take that seriously, is our generation. Is like even the millennials. No, not even the millennials. I don't think the millennials care about that. Millennials who are probably more aware of certain situations around the world are probably aware of that, but I don't think they would care, couldn't care less, because both parties, by the way, which if you have some consistent like conscious, I think it's better if you just stay away from that. You know what I mean? Don't get me started on the gay culture of that, especially with the Filipinos. If you're Filipino and stuff like that, you know what I'm talking about. Especially, I'm aware of the scenes happening around in that culture. So is Jay Chou, according to China's legalization or legislation, the age of consent is 16. Um, Private, consensual, and non-commercial SA is legal from this age. Non-commercial. Oh, so like adult films. But like 16, really? 16? Really? What was I doing at 16? Oof, nothing. Nothing. And I'm gonna say this. When I was 16, I actually someone I think I've said the story before. I've hooked up, not hooked up. No, 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 no. I haven't hooked up. Someone set us up from Reddit. His friend on Reddit hooked me up with someone who was 18 and I was 16. At the time, it wasn't bad, but his intentions at the time were very, that. And I'm not, that's not me. I'm very old school. We're not just gonna do it ASAP like that. You know what I mean? I'm very slow, old school. You have to like get to know me. I have to get to know you personally and stuff like that. And I know it sucks now because people can't even hold a damn attention span, but that's how it is. Like if you want a committed relationship, if you want to access this DLC, okay, then you have to get with the program. And it sounds like I'm harsh, but that was how it was back in the day. That's how my parents met. That's how everyone met. You know what I mean? Like again, it's different in gay culture, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna judge people who do their thing. We're not gonna kink shame or whatever shame what they want. But as long as it's consensual and everyone's an adult, then you can do what you want. You know what I mean? That's just a me thing. In Brazil, the age of consent would be 16 years, the age for Mariah Carey emancipation, allowing with parental consent. Well, yeah, the fact that you have to ask permission too crazy. Parental consent to minors for acts such as marrying, working, open a business. I did meet someone who's 21 and has a kid, so yeah. Also live your lives. You don't get wedlocked already to a child like crazy. The accusation arises due to the large age difference between the singer and the actress. Okay. Attention. The page will no longer mention the singer. It's supposed due to the sensitivity of the topic. We are against any kind of abuse or violence, period. This is informative, explanatory to provide context what is being shared in the community. Honestly, period. Um, period. It's good to bring awareness, but never mention the singer again. At least now, us as a community are more familiar with him now as this person rather than being a musician. And that's kind of crazy that your life is tarnished with your talent with that, and it's a waste. I find that quite despicable, actually. Anyways, so yeah, you know, I don't know what you guys do what you want with your money, but again, just know that I would not give my money to someone who is like this. I'm very strict on that. Period. Personally, um, you know, just be careful. And I know, especially some people, especially some Filipino people who are not caring, they don't care, they will still get this. Like, come on now, it's a small difference. A small difference like this could have a huge impact. You know what I mean? So, like the Riot Social Impact Fund. If you buy this Lux skin, the Panda Lux skin, you donate a lot of money if majority of the people buy it. So there is a big change, and it's important, especially with the other things we are going through right now, especially with the boycotts and everything. So, yeah. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. We don't want to talk about this person again. And if I do see someone in the loading screen when I play Wild Rift, because I've been playing a lot recently, in the loading screen, you are blocked. Probably. Anyways, that was the video. Thank you so much for watching. Guys, like the video, like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell for never upload a new video. As you can see, the views are doing well in the channel, and I might do a pull or two here in this gacha, because good fortune is good fortune, and I think we really need that right now, especially at the time of the world. Also, thank you so much for the subscriber gains, because this was, I think I was 2,350, now it's 2,360. So to the new viewers out there watching right now, hey, tell your friends about me. And if you want to work with me for something, I do have a business email. I think it's in the description below, so you can also do that. But yeah, that was the video. It's a little serious video today, but I just wanted to get my thoughts across it personally and give you guys awareness to certain things like this, because like the world is already harsh. We don't need to make it worse. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.